What's up, guys? I think we're live here. Still getting set up. I'll go into the control room. Yeah, we are live. Look at that. We are live. Yeah, which is okay. We're still getting set up. We are just getting set up. Let me see if I can do... No, that's not going to work. Yo, what's going on, Frog Puppet and Wayne? How we doing? How we doing? I'm just getting set up here. Going live, and then let folks trickle in as I do various and sundry things to get set up. Today we're going to be recapping a Wells Gardner K4900. Doing good. I don't know, Wayne, what did your phone just do to you? I guess I can technically see the live chat. Doing things a little bit differently today. Trying out a vertical live stream. Okay. Strange. Okay. Dell's Logo 3D Printing. Hello, hello, hello. You guys see what's going on? It looks dark on my phone for some reason. It looks dark here. Retouch on. No, retouch off. What can I do? Oh. All right. How's that look? Okay. Everyone's trickling in. All right. What do you guys think of the vertical format? It's something, again, YouTube is pushing it, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to drink a Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA because I'm not working today. Cheers. Can you guys hear me okay? Does the sound good? I don't have my microphone set up. I'm just going vertical on my phone. Yeah, vertical live streams are new, Billy Bob. Again, YouTube is very, what's the right word? Jealous or insecure of, TikTok and Instagram and X and all the other sort of formats now. And they're trying to be, they're trying to copycat everybody else, so they're pushing live streams. Thanks for confirming the audio sounds good. Yeah, YouTube is pushing all kinds of stuff now to sort of compete. Yeah, like Archaeologist says, I thought this was Instagram. I technically do have an Instagram. I don't post much there. I probably should. But, if I was doing this full time, which I can never see myself doing, unless I, won the lottery or something like that. I'd love to, just go all out and, kind of turn my hobby into a job. If I really didn't have to worry about, paying the mortgage and feeding my kids and car payments and all that stuff, I'd probably just do this full time, have a workshop, so kind of like Ron and Joe. That might be my sort of dream setup. Work on games all day. Have a game room, a showroom set up where people can play games, try them out, and buy them if they want. But yeah, Mike Snide says he likes the vertical picture. So yeah, so what we're gonna do today is, and this is technically day 7 of the 12 Days of Arcademas. I didn't have a video ready to go. I was kind of thinking about different things I could do. I can always do a short really quick, although shorts are a lot more work than you might expect to put them together, but I didn't have anything ready to go. I have some pickup videos that I could do. Those are relatively easy, but I almost don't want to. This is going to sound terrible. I don't want to waste a pickup video because pickup videos tend to do really, really well. And the way the algorithm works is it will boost you the most during your normal publishing times, which for me is Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I would really want to do a pickup video on a normal sort of day, and that would get the best reach, with the algorithm. And one of the things I am trying to do is to get the Ms. Pac-Man finally done before the end of the year. And, the cabinet is completely ready to go, and all the electronics are working. Excuse me, I need to put together the coin door, and I'm sure there's other things to do as well. But, like the back door is all messed up. But what I'm going to do here is... Jasmine Damo, thank you. Don't let my wife see this. Holy smokes! Are we getting some? Interest joining us today. So, I've been working on the Ms. Pac-Man, and I decided that I want to put a different monitor in the game. I had a Geo 7. You saw me do this like 2 years ago. A Geo 7 completely rebuilt and ready to go. But it has just a little bit of pack burn on it. And at the time, it was the right monitor for me to use. But I went through my monitors yesterday. I think I'm going to use that Geo 7 in my Jungle Hunt, if you remember that project that I've been working on. And I went through it, and I've got like 15, 16, 17 spare monitors, technically. And those are like complete monitors. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, plus probably at least another dozen, tubes and chassis. And anyway, I figured what I would want to do with this Ms. Pac-Man is, I don't know what that is, Invader Zim. Hey there, Scott Brockway, what's going on? Doing vertical cat-like lemur because YouTube's really pushing it, and I'm doing this live stream from my phone. I figured I'd try it out. You can always turn your laptop sideways if it really bothers you. Sorry about that. The gaming oven, what's up? So I wanted to use a monitor, a tube with really, really heavy pack burn. CRT burn doesn't really bother me all that much as long as you're using it on a game that had the same game, right? So if you've got pack burn, you're not going to want to use that on anything other than a Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man. So the tube I've got is a 4900 tube. It's got, I would say, 6 or 7 out of 10. Maybe 7 at least, burn. And it's very clearly not just pack burn, it's Ms. Pac burn. Like you can see Ms. Pac-Man, like the name Ms. Pac-Man on it. Rectifier diodes are all testing blown. So I didn't really want to investigate that any further. So I grabbed this 4900 chassis off of the monitor that took out of the Zaxxon I had that was converted to Raston. I actually just gave away that cabinet. I stripped I took the game out, I took the monitor out. It's, I took the joystick and buttons out. But other than that, it's sort of a complete JAMA setup. That went to Mike, one of our channel members. So I'm gonna use, this is the chassis that came out of that 4900. I'm putting it into the tube that has the heavy Ms. Pac burn. And this chassis does work. It's not perfect, so we're gonna do a cap kit. It's got some, geometry issues, like some screen tearing type of stuff. But it'll be all right. Sorry, cat-like lemur. I've never done a vertical live stream before, but it's all right. What's going on? All right. So, why don't we go ahead and get started? So, if you've seen any of my recent cap kit videos, I've been doing things a little bit differently with my cap kits. I've been using this technique that Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair put me onto, and it goes so much faster and so much easier than using even my desoldering iron. And basically what we do is we just rip the we rip the caps out. So here's C201 right here. And we can see it on the bottom side here, and hopefully everything's in frame. And all we do is we put some heat on the legs, just enough to melt the solder, and we yank the cap out. There we go. That popped right out. That's right here. And the original is a 16 volt, if you can see it, 16 volt, 1000 microfarad capacitor. And our replacement from the Arcade Parts and Repair cap kit is going to be a 1000 microfarad 25 volt. So we're going up with the voltage while using the same capacitance value. Which you can do, generally speaking, you can always go up in voltage, but you want the same microfarad capacitance value, unless you know for certain otherwise, like somebody recommends going higher or something like that. And there are some audio applications where you want to keep the same capacitance value, but this is not one of those cases. Next is C205. And this, I tried cleaning it a little bit. This chassis is somewhat dirty. Where did I put my brush? There it is right here. I had a brush that I was using to kind of clean this off. I didn't do my normal sort of washing technique of like literally spraying it down, because you got to let it dry for days and days, and I don't want to do that. I'm too impatient right now. C205 is a 470 and 35. I wonder if it's that right there. No. Maybe if we go like this, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, C205. And that one is a 470 microfarad, 16 volt. We're going to replace 770 volt. And C301 is our last one. What if we go like this? No, okay, it's gonna roll. So C301, I think you guys might realize pretty quick why I typically don't do these in real time. C301 is right there, okay. Okay, these get very repetitive very quickly, which I find incredibly relaxing, to the same thing over and over again, but it doesn't always make for the best content. You know, people like high action, lots of stuff going on. All right. Are we back, guys? I think we're back. Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry the stream is lagging. Not sure what's going on. Usually when I'm live streaming, I am hardwired connected. But unfortunately, I'm in the garage and I don't have a Ethernet port out in the garage. Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, a little bit of an experiment here. Sorry if it doesn't go great. Okay, we're looking for our first row of new caps. A 1000, a 470, and a 330. So let's see, here is that's a 1000 by 250, which is not what we want yet. Oh, that's a 100. Here's a 1000 by 25. We need a 470 by 35. 47 by 250. There's a 470 by 35 and a 330 by 50. And there's only one of those, okay. Let's see. 330 by 50. A little sticker or something. All right, let's double check. 1000 by back edge. All right, I switched my Wi-Fi networks and maybe that'll help. Yeah, so what kind of welder do you have, Stringer? This is turning into a disaster of a live stream. All right, C201, 1,250. Lining up the, let me clean that off a little bit. Lining up the polarity correctly. Okay. Next is C205, which is over there, and should be no, I grabbed the wrong one. 470 and 35, okay, which is this. Amazon special Arc Captain MiG 130. So that's a MiG welder. So did you have to get a gas tank for that? Hey Goat, what's up? Kevin Case, how you doing? All right. C205. Oh, of course, I just lost a bristle. Okay. C205, 470 and 35, lining up polarity. Okay. And last one goes down here. Yeah, I really should have cleaned off this. Should have done a better job. Ooh, that's C. Oh, no, that's the right one. Huh. The silk screen that got cleaned off is saying C306, but that's for the neighboring cap. Yeah, so this chassis came out of that Zaxxon, converted to Raston, and it had been in a barn for forever. And so kind of filthy. So 330 and 50, yep, that's correct. Put that in right there. And I like to spread the legs out a little bit to help it hold it in place. I don't like bending it down, but I do when I need to. I'll bend one side down and solder it in place, and then, you know, bend it back. All right, soldering our first 3 caps into place. Oh, that one does a does flux core. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do gas either. Hey, go. Yeah, Kevin, I am working on a 4900. So this 4900 is intended for my Ms. pack that I'm finally getting around to finishing. I had done a Geo 7 for it like 2 years ago. But now looking at the monitors that I have available, I think I'm going to use that Geo 7 in my jungle hunt because it really only has light pack burn on it. And I'm going to use this 4900, which has pretty heavy Ms. pack burn for the Ms. pack, because I don't really mind screen burn as long as it's, you know, for the same game that you're using it for. And here we go right here. And now, I went through all my spare monitors yesterday, and this 4900 was the one that had the most obvious Ms. pack burn. So this is the tube that I want to use. But then the chassis that was on it, I'm going to grab my multimeter so we can double check the connection. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm out in the garage on a poor connection here, Venjax. And I'm trying out this vertical format on my phone. So if this is a disaster, I apologize. But the chassis that was on this tube, I powered it up, and no signs of life at all. And I started poking around. The hot was fine. But the bridge rectifier diodes, all 4 of them tested bad. So I don't know if this thing had been hooked up to, non-isolated power or something. But I didn't want to mess with a chassis that was that bad. And I knew this chassis was working. This came out of my, like I said, Zaxxon that have been converted to Rastan. I'm just going to clip the excess legs off. And this works, but it definitely needs a cap kit. The colors are kind of a bit wonky. Oops. And there's almost like some tearing when you adjust through some of the geometry. Anyway, the kind of things that a cap kit could help with. I might end up having to replace some pots or clean some pots, that sort of thing. But we'll do a cap kit. We'll reflow the where are they? The input headers right here, which look okay to the naked eye. So that's all good. And keep flipping this around, trying to keep the labels upright for me. So we'll come in here and mark our caps. This one is got the correct polarity, as does, hold on, C205. Yep, that is correct. And C301 is correct. All right. And we will scratch these off the list here. Okay. Uh-oh. Ty says, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I don't even know what that means, dude. Am I doing something wrong? If I'm ever doing something wrong, I don't have to worry. Ty will let me know. That's why I love you, Ty. All right, let's see. C303. I should probably pull up a cap map. Let me do that real quick. Okay, of course. All right. Ooh. This is from thegleek.com. Getting warnings because he doesn't have it set up with HTTPS. This will be very helpful. All right. Hey, Pond Pokemon, that was an awesome video you did today, dude. I'm gonna post a link to that later on the channel. But yeah, Santa Time Arcade. That's fun. Yeah, hopefully it's getting better. All right, I got a cap map now that I can glance at. So we're looking for C303, which is right above. And we'll do a little more cleaning. So that's weird. C366. Oh, so this is, I do have a C366. It says, this is not populated on every chassis, so don't populate it if yours doesn't have one, but I do have one. And that does not appear on thegleek.com's cap map, which he took from Bob Roberts. But we've got C301 right here, so we'll grab that one out. And whoops, I gotta get used to flipping this the right way. Yeah, C303, that's what I mean. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is a 2.2 microfarad 50 volt. We're going to replace that with a 2.2 microfarad 50 volt. Next is C308. So this has a note with it too. It says there's many versions. There's one specific version that used a 3.3. So if you have a 3.3, then replace it with a 3.3. Otherwise, if your chassis is a 2.2, you must replace it with a 2.2. So let's see what we have in C308, which is up towards the top in the middle. 310. So it's a red one here. C308. It's this red one, which is going to kind of be a pain to remove. Let me grab my needle nose pliers and sort of grab it. Okay. I guess that's this. Okay, that came right out. And C308, and this chassis is so dirty I can't see. Okay, this has a 3.3 microfarad, 50 volt. So, and the note says, yeah, I guess this is the specific version that used a 303. Okay, so we'll circle this. And we'll make a note here, 3.3. Yeah, one specific version that used a 303. So hopefully you can see this. If the camera will adjust, maybe not. That's a 3.3 microfarad, 50 volt capacitor. So that's cool. Hey, Del, what's up, dude? Monsecore Arcade, what's up? How y'all doing? Yeah, I already told the story, Del. Basically, this is the chassis that I got out of my Zaxxon, converted to Raston. I got rid of that cab, but kept the monitor. So it's been, you know, it's barnyard fresh. So I brushed it off with a brush. Didn't wash it because I'm too impatient. So next is C310. Pom Pokemon, I would definitely not sue you. My daughter, I watched it with my daughter, and she was like, "Did he steal your stuff?" I told her imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. She didn't understand what that meant at all. What's going on, Del? All right. Next is C310, which is right above where I just was. So right there, C310. So usually when I do cap kits, I'm listening to a podcast or a video or something and just getting in the zone and letting the whole world disappear into the background. This is a 10 microfarad, 100 volt. And we're going to be stepping that up to 250 volts. Okay, so we can clean out our too late for that, Del. Plus, it's too cold outside. I don't want to go clean stuff. I turned off my outdoor faucets too. And my wife would not allow me to clean a chassis in a bathtub or something, or a sink. So, I'm sorry this is not more entertaining for you, Ty. All right, what was the other one we did? C303, doing the sink. Yeah. C303 is right here. And yeah, I love this solder wick. It's got, that's something blocking it. It's got, what do you call it? Flux infused. I'm just reaching for my awl, pointy tool. So there's like Here we go. There's like an obstruction in the via. All right, those are all nice and clean. It's got flux infused in it, which is great. I do have a utility sink, but that's in the laundry room, and yeah. My wife is actually took one of the kids out for a little bit, which is why I've got some time to work on this. But okay, C303 is a 2.2 microfarad 50 volts. Which we have 2 of, so let's see. Find one that has a pair, maybe. That's 22. Don't make that mistake. I see what we need right here. Yeah, it's too bad. I love Peter's cap kits, but I do wish he did what Ian Kellogg would do, which is like put them all on a strip with labels. So that's 2.2. That goes in C303. And that goes like this. And I was talking to Ian not too long ago, and he was saying how he didn't think there'd be much more demand anymore for cap kits, which I doubt is true. I know Peter, I was talking to even Peter while I was driving back from Tennessee a while back, or actually just earlier this month. And you know, he is so busy, just filling orders is nuts. So we need a 3.3 and Peter says there is one in here. It's right there. 3.3 and 50. Yeah, and like right now, Peter's the only vendor that I'll buy cap kits from. I think he does great stuff. I want to support him. 3.3 microfarad 50 volts at C308. And he uses the best stuff, so. He's a nice guy. Like I said, I was messaging him back and forth yesterday and talked to him on the phone like 2 weeks ago. 3.3 and 50, yeah. Come on. Yeah, it's such a terrible story with what happened to Ian. His house, and then he got screwed over. Like, his house, I guess, had a really bad fire, and then he ended up getting screwed by the builder who was rebuilding it. So 10 and 250. And there's 2 of those. Oh, this, yeah. And that, you know, totally upended his life for years. Okay. Dell still has his cap kit for Sanyo EZ. Ian Gobert, what's up? A very new, that's not the Ian I was talking about. I was talking about Ian Kellogg. Yeah, not Ian, channel member Ian. You dirty capper, you. The laundry room is actually directly next to the garage, but we're past the point of no return on that. C310, 10 microfarad, 250 volts. This is a much bigger one than what was in there originally. So I think the original one was a 100 volt. All right. Okay, now we can solder these in. Yeah, and this is not an action-packed live stream, guys. Hopefully we'll have a payoff at the end where everything's working, but we're just doing a cap kit right now. Okay. Okay. I don't have any vertical collapse, I don't think. Yeah, Kevin's still got 2 Ian Kellogg cap kits. What expose, what song did I put in your head? Hey, Harold. Yeah, we're trying out something new here. So it's day 7 of the 12 Days of Arcademas. I didn't have a video to go, but I was working on this 4900 cap kit. So I figured I could do a video, and we're doing it in the garage. And I was gonna, stream off my. And one of the things that YouTube has been pushing creators to do hard lately is vertical live streams, because YouTube is very kind of like a teenager. Make sure what's big when I swap what. Just make sure it's solid when you. What are you talking about, Del? So I figured I'd try it out, and if we don't like the format, I don't ever have to do it again. But YouTube is kind of like a teenager. It gets insecure and jealous, and it's trying to be more like TikTok or Instagram. And most of the stuff over there is vertical live streams. And like a while back, YouTube was trying to be more like Twitch, and yeah, YouTube is kind of a maybe in the future I'll try other platforms. What do you guys think? I mean, I've built my audience on YouTube, so it's kind of like that's the point of no return. Can't go back. YouTube wants what it wants. You're right with that. Yeah. Ian, it's TikTok, but it's also Instagram and Facebook and X and all these other platforms that do mostly, when they do live streams, it's vertical format. Because that's sort of what, all the kids are sort of into these days. Let me see. All right, that one is correct. That one is correct. And that one is correct. So I can mark them as done. All right. And we'll cross off these 3. So that's 3 down. 3, 6, 9, 12 more to go. 4900s are probably my favorite monitor to work on. There's only 18 capacitors total. Everything's very accessible. You don't have to remove things to get to other things. I can see there's a big glob of hot glue that's sort of holding these 3 caps together. But other than that, very straightforward chassis to work on. I think the 4600, the more I see that, the more the 4600 has a better picture. But 4900s are great. I think the only design choice that I don't like on the 4900 is the axial cap they use, or axial fuse they use for F501. But other than that, it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, kids these days. Hey, Odwalla, what's up? Yeah, cutting a widescreen video down to vertical is very weird, Dell. You gotta frame it the right way originally. It's a mess. Okay, going back to the cap map. Next we have C311, which is right below. It's in the glue. So we need C311, C313, and C315. Those are elsewhere. Yeah. So what are we going to do with this glue? All right, let's just try to. This is going to be a mess. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, and look what they did. They bent the legs over. All right, I'm going to try removing the solder right from the start. I don't like this at all. Okay. Can I peel those back now? This is why you don't bend the legs. It's probably got solder stuck underneath. See if I can bend it up with the soldering iron. Okay. There we go. Let me yank it right out. Okay. And I might see what I can do to pull that next cap out. That's right there. C701. I might grab all three of those so I can get the glue out. But that was a 4.7 microfarad, 160 volt. We're going to replace that with a 4.7 by 25. But while I'm here in the area, this one's already free of the glue. It's this C701. This also is a little bit bent over. Bent legs drive me nuts. Oh no, that's 507. What am I? That's this one. There we go. Okay. How dirty my hands are. Look at that. Okay, so C507 was a 47 and 160, which will go up to a 47 and 250. And then this one is C702, 701. Yeah, this one's stuck in the glue. Try removing the solder. Come on. Almost. Almost. There we go. Almost went flying. It actually went rolling under the tube. And all right, that one was a 1000 microfarad 25 volt, which is correct. So, whoops. Okay. Hey, Claudio, what's going on? How we doing? Okay. Over time, cap kit replacement service, how much? I don't think I want cash. If you got something, you can trade for my services. Send me something I need and something you want worked on, and I can maybe do something. Russell Gibson. So yeah, Peter is arcadepartsandrepair.com, which is where I get. That's, I think his name is Steven, but not cap kits, not electronic stuff. I get like, buttons and reproduction joysticks and that kind of stuff from Arcade Shop. So, which ones did we just do? We just did 701 and 507. So we still need to do 311 and or 313 and 315. Oh, the stream is breaking up for you? No, this is not the Bosconian, Claudio. That's coming soon. This is the Ms. Pac-Man monitor, or another monitor that I'm doing for the Ms. Pac-Man. Hopefully the stream is still working. Let's see. 313 is over in the middle here. Okay, 313 is a little, 313 is a big one. I think that's the gray one, right? Yeah, that's this big guy. Okay. Got a lot of glued in capacitors here. Is this the one that Dell was talking about? 47 microfarad, 160 volt. We're going up to 250, so that's okay. And then 315 is dead center, and it's a tiny one. So I'm guessing it's this. Right here in the middle. Where's it here? Yeah, it's that one. There we go. All right, and this one is a, what is this? 1 microfarad, 50 volt, which is what we're going to replace it with. Okay. Yeah, the reason the stream's not great quality is a couple reasons. One, I'm in the garage. 2, I'm on my phone. 3, I got 3 kids, probably with at least 6 devices streaming all at once. So I do have a dedicated Wi-Fi network for just my wife and I. More important stuff, but that wasn't really, that was flaking out on me. It was thing. Banana hands? What are you calling these banana hands for? Banana hands. Okay. The Bosconian's coming soon. I was hoping to work on it this month. It'll probably end up being next month now at this point, Claudio. But I appreciate all your help tracking down the stuff that I need for that one, for that project. That's the Sidam Bosconian So the, I think Sidem was an Italian company, right? And Claudio helped me track down an original Sidem Bosconian marquee, which is different, very slightly different from the much more common Bally Midway one. Bosconia, of course, is a Namco game released in the US or distributed in the US by Bally Midway. But Sidem made the cabinet for the European market. This one, yeah. And that marquee came to me all the way from Corsica. It came from me from the Italian island. So is that Sardinia? I think it's Sardinia. Okay. And here. Isn't there one more? 1, 2, 3. Nope, 5. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, the quality is getting garbly. I don't know what to do about that. I don't think I can run an Ethernet. I can't run an Ethernet to my phone. Ty doesn't believe that I've been inside of an EDOT. Because as Ty can attest, I am a extra large human being. 6'5" with an arcade body. So, okay, let me grab the caps that we need. We need a 4.7 times 250, and there's only one of those in here. Okay. 4.7, right? Yeah, 4.7 times 250. All right. Set this. 4.7 times 250. And then a 100 by 250, which there's only one of. 100 by 250, that's this big boy. And we need a 1 by 50, which there should be 3 of. So that's this. Okay. A little bit of tape that's stuck on. There we go. Little known fact, that's probably like the biggest fact about Corsica. Well, no, he wasn't. He was from Corsica. He was exiled to Elba, right? Or maybe he was exiled to Corsica the first time and Elba the second time. All right, I'm gonna yank this hot glue out of here. All right, there's one lump of it. And here's the other. This part's breaking up. Okay. How's that look? Pretty good. Really dirty though. Okay. I know, I should have washed it. What am I going to say? All right, 311. I do need to exercise more. That's one of my New Year's resolutions every year. All right, 311 is right here. And that is a 7 by 250, yep. So that's right there. And we will splay the leads a little bit just to kind of help it stay in place. Here we go. Next is a 100 by 250. 100 by 250, that's C313. And that goes to the left of the heat sink. So right there. And that has the perfect lead spacing. Okay. So that doesn't need to be displayed much at all. Actually, it does now that I bumped it. And 315 is 1 in 50. Right here, and that goes right in the middle somewhere. Yeah, dirty, 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 dirty. All right. Yeah, we'll solder them in. And channel member Sean, who is sometimes my producer, so excited for me to do a repair live stream. But is he here? Is he watching? No, of course not. It's all right, Sean. I still love you, buddy. I still love you. Okay. Those look good. Grab the multimeter. Use the word. Okay. Yeah, born on Elsica, or born on Corsica, then exiled to Elba, then exiled to St. Helena. Yeah. Arcade Fan VR asks, have you ever worked on a Pac-Mania? I have not. I have played Pac-Mania, of course. That was recently one of our weekly tournament games on the channel member Discord. And I enjoyed playing it, actually. That's one of the great things about the tournament is you end up playing games that otherwise you might not gravitate towards, or games that maybe you haven't given enough, you know, enough of a fair shake. But, you know, forcing yourself to try to get a high score for the tournament makes you really get into it a bit. And I actually quite enjoyed Pac-Mania. The only thing I think I would like better is if you could see more of the playfield, right? Like one of the things with, you know, Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man, you know, being single screen games is you can see the entire playfield at once. So you can know where all the ghosts are at any given time. But with Pac-Mania, and I guess Junior Pac-Man is like this too. You can't see where they all are, right? And so you can kind of get yourself into a trap. All right, this one's good, polarity-wise. And this one is good, polarity-wise. And this one is good, polarity-wise. So all three of those. Now, Pac-Mania, was that released by Atari? I know it was later. It wasn't Namco themselves in the US, was it? All right, we are officially halfway done with this cap kit. And how are we doing? We're an hour in, so that's not bad. You're losing audio? Oh, no. I mean, I don't know what I can do at this point to improve the live stream quality, except kick all my kids off the Wi-Fi. But, you know, chalk this up as an experiment, maybe an experiment that failed. No more live streams on the phone, vertical, when there's other people in the house using up Wi-Fi. I tried switching to my other network, but that one comes out even more. Billy Bobby can hear me sometime, yeah. Yeah, Venjax, telling my kids I need the Wi-Fi. They'll be fine. They'll get off the Wi-Fi, and then they will drive me nuts. They'll be bouncing around everywhere. They'll play outside for a couple minutes, which is great. They do like playing outside, but it's a little cold today. Hey-o! Sean, your job needed you. Sean, this was your idea, and I've heard nothing but complaints. People are not happy. They don't like the vertical format, which I know that's not your fault. They don't like that my video keeps cutting out. Ty is bored. He's told me multiple times this is boring, but Sean wanted a repair live stream, so that's what we're getting. Do I have a USB-C to Ethernet? I have USB-C to USB-A and then a USB-A to Ethernet. That's actually what I use for my my work computer to connect it to the Ethernet. I think my issue is I have a 50-foot Ethernet cable, but I don't know where my closest Ethernet jack is in the house. Because I'm in the garage at one end of the house. I don't even know where it would be. We can figure it out at some point. Yeah, I'm sorry about the quality, Ian. Yeah, Sean, we missed you, buddy. I am a robot. Billy Bob says, still terrified of doing cap kits. I mean, cap kits are relatively easy, right? If you're not confident in your soldering abilities, practice on a junk board. I can send you like a poker board or something like that. I'll take all the valuable components off of it, or just grab some junk, right, and just practice soldering over and over and over again. And then cap kits are some of the easiest stuff to solder. You know, it's all through-hole vias and, you know, nothing tiny. And the biggest thing you got to make sure is you put the right cap with the right value in the right spot, and don't put it in backwards, because, you know, a cap you put in backwards can pop, and, you know, the wrong value can also have issues. But yeah, cap kits, you know, not the biggest thing. Ooh, I don't like how the... Look at that. Ah, the horizontal width coil is broken. And I did not do that. Look at that. Do I have one? Oh, man. Maybe that's why there were some issues. I just noticed that thing was bent over. Horizontal width coil is destroyed. Look at that. Yep. Well, let's pull this thing out. Is that this? Is that really? Oh, man. All right. Well, we're taking a break from the cap kit to pull the width coil out. Maybe I'll grab one off of another chassis. Not happy about that. Yeah, I could tell, Ty, just by looking at it, it looked broken. So, and I think, do they make replacement width coils for the 4900? I think they do. No, I didn't blow anything up, Sean. So this is a 4900 chassis that I am recapping. I decided this is actually the monitor that I'm going to use for the Ms. Pac-Man. About 2 years ago now, I did rebuild a G07 that I was planning on using for the Ms. Pac-Man, and but yesterday I went through and inventoried all of my spare monitors, and I've got like 17. And those are my complete monitor. So it doesn't include tubes or chassis. These are the complete monitors on frames and everything. I have probably another dozen tubes, probably another dozen chassis, and maybe only 3 or 4 spare frames. But you can always make a frame like out of wood. It doesn't look pretty, but as long as the monitor is positioned or the tube is positioned right on the outside, it'd be all right. But as I was going through all of my spare monitors, I realized that I should probably use one with relatively heavy pack burn, because screen burn doesn't really bother me all that much as long as you're using it on the same game. And you know, pack burn tends to be some of the most noticeable burn, and you wouldn't want to use it for anything other than pack. And that's the reason why I was working so hard on that K7000 for the Tetris, to use it in the Tetris, because you wouldn't want to use, you know, a tube with Tetris burn in anything other than a Tetris, because it's so distinctive. And similarly with with pack. So this 4900 tube had the most distinct, you know, and it's specifically, it's not just pack burn, it's Ms. Pack burn. Like you can see Ms. Pac-Man is burned, like the name, the words Ms. Pac-Man are burnt into the tube. I'm gonna put this off to the side. CC Games, what's up? How we doing? CC Games CEO in the house. All right, let's grab. I have another chassis over here. You might not even be able to hear me now. So, but the chassis that was in that monitor didn't work. I tested it out, and it was DOA, no signs of life at all. And I did some poking around. The hot was fine, but the all 4 bridge rectifier diodes were shot. So I didn't want to mess with that anymore, so I just grabbed a different chassis. And this one is from the 4900 that was in the Zaxxon that I've been converted to a Rastan, however I'm supposed to say it, Thai. So it works, but it's filthy and it needed a cap kit. See, this 4900 is much cleaner. This is the one that let me just double check and make sure I don't have a width coil. I don't think I do. I think I used up all my width coils. Add that to my shopping list. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. So, okay. Yeah, but that one has Zaxxon, sorry for bumping the camera, Zaxxon and Rastan burn at the same time. So this width coil looks good, so let's remove it. That's right here. So we'll just transplant this. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Where did that come from? Ooh, interesting. That's part of, is that from here? Hold on a second. That's part of a convergence ring. Oh, no. That's off the tube that I'm going to use for the Ms. Pack. Well, the rings look like they're still secure with the hot glue. But this came off of a convergence ring. Don't like that. Okay, well, no, it's not part of the flyback. Definitely convergence ring, but the ring is still secure there. It's just it'll never be able to be moved, which is fine. That's something I rarely mess with. Now, where's my, here it is right here. Get reoriented. Okay, let's transplant this horizontal width coil. I'll add some solder just to make this a clean move. Okay. We'll be all right, Billy Bob. It'll be all right. Just keep telling myself that. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right, cleaning up all the little remnants of solder. Okay, I think it's completely free now. Yep. All right, here is our transplant with coil. That looks okay. We'll put this back. So now this is missing a width coil and the, what do you call them? Bridge rectifier diodes are blown, so we'll be all right. What is all this? Hey, CC Games CO, thanks for stopping in. What is going on here? Hey, Merry Christmas, Bob with the Bob Elite. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. Yeah, this was an one disaster after another. The live stream issues. Oh my gosh. Now Ty is like copying and pasting Wikipedia about Rastan. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's do this. Clean this out a little bit. Wild. Was not expecting that. Okay, very carefully. Let's pop this into this chassis. I'm going to straighten out these legs just because they're bent. I don't know. They're bent to like grab in. There we go. Oh man, okay. Does that look all right? Yeah, okay. All 5 legs are sticking out. Good. And we'll solder it back in. Hold on, I need to, I gotta go make a phone call. I'll be right back, right back. All right, I'm back. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully that didn't interrupt the stream. All right. I'm back, guys. You guys can hear me? Yeah. Sorry, my wife called, so yeah, no, it wasn't the bathroom. I could stand to take a potty break, but no, my wife called, and hopefully that didn't interrupt the stream when it was ringing, but called her back from. I want to say landline. It's technically not a landline. It's a house. It's a VoIP house phone. Okay. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I'm assuming that's supposed to be like that. But those all go over the top. I think that's fine. Okay. All right. Yeah, shopping list. Some nice. There was background music. I don't know how I would put on music. Is there a way to do that on my phone? I don't think so. I don't think there's a way to do it. No, we should have background music. Well, I don't think there's a way to add it. Is there? Is there? No, I can mute myself. Start a poll. I don't think there's a way to... I don't think there's a way to do it, Sean. I'm sorry. I don't think I can broadcast the music is what I'm saying. All right, so we got a new replacement with coil in, so we can resume. Yeah, my wife called me. No big deal. But you never know. You know, usually my wife will text me if it's not urgent, and she'll call if it is urgent. And then if I don't answer, there's the potential for sadness. So we're doing 351, 352, and 354. I'm still alive. I'm not going anywhere. 351, 352, 354. All right, those are sort of in a row. Okay. I think it's these three right here. That's 351. That's 352. And that's 354. All right, three small ones right here. Let's knock these out real quick. And that is 1 microfarad 50 volt, and that's exactly what we're replacing it with. And then 352 should be a 47 and 50. This is a 47 and 25, but we'll replace it with a 47 and 50, and this should also be a 47 and 50. Okay, that's yeah, 47 and 25. So we'll replace it with a 47 and 50. And those just came from, where were they? 1, 2, 3, okay. Can you guys hear the wind chimes in the background on the back porch? They're very audible to me. It's a windy day outside. It's cold and windy. That's why the kids aren't playing outside. They play outside all the time. I love it. That's one thing I often do in the summer is I'll be playing outside and I'll be kind of watching them while I'm in the garage working on stuff. Watching them just to the point to make sure they're not killing each other. Okay, that was just a little bit of flux or something blocking the via, but I cleared it out. So 51, 52, 53, okay. And we'll put this off to the side while we cut off the excess. All right. You need to check on him every hour? Ah, fume extractor? Nah. Nah. We don't need that. Where's it going to extract to, though? I usually do it with the garage doors open, and the doors are not airtight, and it's a big, you know, I'm very lucky. I have a big 3-car garage with a high ceiling. It's not very deep. It's a pretty shallow garage. Like, I have a full-size pickup, and my wife drives a Suburban, and we can't fit our cars in the garage because of the length. Like, they would, if we had nothing on the back walls, we could barely fit the cars in. But I have a workbench, and we have storage shelves, and the cars won't fit in the garage. Yeah, my lead lungs. Okay, we do have to do them at work, right? And that was a pain when we were moving offices to find a building that would allow us to run, do soldering in the building and set up extractors that exhaust out to the exterior. Where was I? I need a single one with 50 volts and then 2 47s with 50 volts. And there's 2 of those, so those should be on this little strip of 2. And this is 47 and 50, yep. And then a 1 and 50 on this strip, yep. Okay. If you guys have a magic trick for peeling caps off of the paper strips, doing it fast and easy and reliably without messing with it all the time, I'm all ears for that. I'm not going to build a shed. So the games only fill up 1 bay of the 3-car garage. That's not the issue. Yeah, why? Soak them in IPA. What do they, because these are meant for like a machine to install them, right? Like on the strips. So what do the machines do to reliably remove them? I don't know. All right. Here we go. This is, nope, that's a 47. Here is 1 microfarad and 50 volts. Straighten the legs out. That goes at 351. Line up the correct polarity. Okay. And then 47, both of these get 47s. Usually I'm not doing this on a live stream, so my OCD can be satisfied by going very, very slow. Oh, I don't like all that dust. Going very, very slow, meticulously, and double checking, triple checking everything 3 times. But this is repetitive enough for you guys already, so I will not subject you to that. I will not subject you to that torture. Because you might not have the same OCD that I have. You might have completely different OCD. And I'm assuming the majority of you want to be entertained somehow. And this one's up here. Okay. Okay, now we can solder them in. But yeah, Billy Bob, if you're still there, do not fret, cap kits. I know they could be perhaps slightly intimidating at first. But if you're not confident in your soldering skills, practice on some junk until you're feeling good about it, and then go to town. And one of the nice things about soldering is, you know, it's relatively easy to redo your work. If you make a mistake, you can remove the solder and do it again. And even if you screw up and put one in backwards or pop it or something, generally it's not going to take out much else. So, all right, let's test our solder joints. I've never gotten a single complaint from the neighbors, Sean, about sandblasting, welding, or spray paint. The spray paint they can't hear, right? And it's not like it's gonna fly all the way to their property. So that's not an issue. Okay. And the sandblasting has only been a one-time thing so far, and that's not particularly loud. And the welding has also only really been a once, I guess twice thing. And the way I do it doesn't face the closest neighbor, so it's usually not a problem. Okay, we'll trim the legs. Yeah, I haven't gotten any complaints. I actually have twice had, so a couple times, one of my neighbors, like we've hung out before, our kids have played sports together. They were the next generation pin off my truck, because that was kind of a pain, because it's a wide body. So he helped me out with that. And then just some random guy driving by once saw me unloading a game, and he offered to help. I didn't really need it, but I let him help me. So that was cool. And I think a delivery driver, I've talked to a couple delivery drivers who have seen the games, because because I've been out in the garage working on them or whatever when they drove in. So yeah, I've never gotten a complaint. My wife complains when she has to climb over stuff to get in or out of the garage, but that's rare. All right, so here was the note about C366 that we saw before, which is right there. It's not always populated, but on mine it is. And then 506 and 507 we've already removed. Yeah, no HOA. So this is the second house that we've owned, Ty. And the first house we owned, we were in an HOA. It wasn't particularly onerous, but you know, like we had to paint our fence the right color and deal with all that kind of nonsense. Oh, I forgot to mark the ones that I just did. So those are both good. Yeah, no HOA where I am right now. And yeah, that one's good, which is nice. Yeah, HOAs are not fun. I don't think I would ever live in an HOA again. Off-World Arcade, holy smokes! What's going on? You guys should all follow Off-World Arcade. He really doesn't post much on YouTube, more of a Twitch streamer. Brandon, who you all know, he's one of the most famous people ever to get permanently banned on Clav. What a story that was. Yeah, I should get some Taco Bell. I had brunch today. I went out with my daughter at 11. She really wanted like a Belgian waffle, so we went to a local pub, and I got a breakfast burrito, and she got her Belgian waffle. But I kind of figured that would be my lunch, but maybe I should get Taco Bell. The problem is our local Taco Bell, we used to have like very close to us a KFC Taco Bell. So my C366 is 22 microfarad, 25 volt. We're going to replace that with a 50. So it was a KFC Taco Bell, but that closed years ago. And it's now a like an off-brand, just not off-brand. It's like a not a chain. It's just a single restaurant. They do burgers and fried chicken. I would say the burgers are probably closest to Wendy's, but they're actually quite nice. Like the burgers are good, the chicken's okay. So now our closest Taco Bell is like maybe 15, 20 minutes away. So that's a round trip thing. You carried a TNG and a Murano. Wow. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of in the boondocks too. I'm on the outer fringe of the DC metro commuting area. Call my wife. She doesn't like Taco Bell. The goat. What's the goat talking about? Did a comment get dropped that says it's so good they stopped doing breakfast? Oh, Taco Bell breakfast? Yeah, there's a couple places that do Taco Bell breakfast. I don't really care for the Taco Bell breakfast. You got a McDonald's breakfast burrito and puked it up. This was a breakfast burrito from a restaurant, so it was fine. So it was 31 years ago now, or almost 35 years ago, Ty, and you're swearing off breakfast burritos forever. Okay, 506 is over here. This is 506. All right. Yep. Yeah, for everything that YouTube does, it's silly that they don't give you tools to play background music on mobile live streams. So that was 22 microfarad, 160 volt. We're going to bump that up to 250. And C507 we already did, so we can just clean up this solder now. There was that one. That was right here. And for those of you that, Brandon, please put a link to your Twitch channel in the chat here, so people can go follow you right here. So for those of you that don't make YouTube videos, YouTube is a absolute buggy mess behind the scenes. It is preposterously bad. And I have no shame in saying that. What are the other ones? Oh, right here. Like, all of the creator tools are buggy and inconsistent. Like, on any video, I can literally go, and depending on where I look and how I look, it'll give me no fewer than, I'm not kidding, 4, 5, or 6 different counts for how many views a video has. It's wild. Oh, so I can beat you, Ty. So the town that my address says I live in, that only has a population of 900 people, but I technically don't even live in that town. I live in an unincorporated part of the county. So there. All right. So I need a 22 and 50, which there is only one of. I see it right there. 22 and 50. And then a 22 and 250, which there's also only one of, which is this one. And then a 47 and 250, which there's also only one of, which must be this, 47 and 250. Okay. All right. Yep, 4900. Probably my favorite chassis to work on. The only thing I don't like about the design is that they used a pigtail fuse. But other than that, the chassis, it's only got what? 18 capacitors. Everything's very accessible. Nothing's too crazy. This is going to go, and so for those of you that are just joining, this is going to go into my Ms. Pac-Man that I'm desperately trying to finish up before the end of the year. I had a G07 that I rebuilt 2 years ago that I was going to use for the Ms. Pac-Man, but I went through all of my monitors yesterday, and I keep doing that, and realized that I've got like 17 monitors, and I figured I should use the one with the most heavy pack burn for this Ms. Pac-Man. Okay, 22 and 250 is this one. And that's C506, which is over here, C506. So I found that one, right? That tube with the heaviest Ms. Pac burn. And so I'm going to use that. But chassis, when I tested it, it was dead and no signs of life. And I noticed I was testing, so 47 and 250 goes in 507, which is, double check this. Yeah, right there. So that chassis was dead, and I didn't want to mess with it. The hot was fine, but the 4 bridge rectifier diodes were all blown. So I grabbed this chassis, which is off of the 4900 that was in my Zaxxon that had been converted to Rastan, however I'm supposed to say it. And this monitor, this chassis works, but it needs a cap kit. So that's what we're doing. And then in the process, I'll also reflow like the header pins and whatever. But we also noticed that the horizontal width coil was broken. And I don't think I did that. That must have been like that. Like I just noticed it was like bent weirdly. And sure enough, when I pulled on it, it came apart. So we robbed the horizontal width coil because I don't see a spare one in my parts drawers. I might have one somewhere else. So we borrowed one off of that chassis that wasn't working. Soldered that back into place. And now we're on the last couple of caps. So, what am I missing here? I'm distracting myself then, Jax, don't worry. I'm behind in the live chat. Yeah, living in the middle of nowhere is great. I can't turn on Mappy in the background because I'm in the garage. The only working games I have out here are Tetris and what is working? The Pac-Man's kind of working. I have games that I haven't announced pickups for that are working. I have, what do you call it? Mr. Do in the, what cabinet is that in? The Kicks cabinet. That's working, but that's kind of buried. Okay, those are all good. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Ba with the Ba, the stenciling video. I think, I give myself, I don't know, C+ for the work, but it's okay. Rastan. Rastafarian, Rastone, yeah. Mr. Do, what am I saying it wrong? Mr. Do. Mr. Doe? Mr. Do. Second greatest game ever. Is that after Rastan? I think I like Do Run Run is my favorite Mr. Do game. Well, that's just me. I think it's a little more fast-paced, lively. You guys been playing Zero Eyes? That's our game of the week in our weekly tournament. And this is the last week of the year in the members-only tournament. And we're going to reset the leaderboard. I'm going to send out prizes to our winners, especially our #1 winner, which I think is far and away Dillweed. And let's see. Mr. Do. Am I saying it right? And yes, that's... Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I've got a big prize for Dillweed, and then I'll have some other smaller prizes for the runners-up. And now we have only 3 capacitors left in this cap kit. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it right. Mr. Dew. Not to be confused with Mountain Dew, which is probably, Diet Mountain Dew is probably my favorite soda. Okay, 701, 702, and then D306 is on the neck board. So 701 is already clear, and 702 should be the only cap left on this board, which is not immediately jumping out at me. Oh, right here. Right? Let me double check. I don't like Baja Blast. Give me the OG. Oh, the OG Diet. When I was a kid, Mountain Dew was a treat that we would only be allowed to have on vacation. Where is it? 702. Are you kidding me? They bent the legs on this one again. Oh. So it was a special thing to get Mountain Dew when I was a kid. Okay, loose now. Come on. All right. Okay. And that is a 10 microfarad 100 volt, which we'll be bumping up to 250. So let me clean out, or we already did clean out that solder. So we'll do these two and then we'll do the neck board cap. Let's say, stream looks good. Okay, appreciate it. You never had soda as a kid. So we were restricted on soda. We didn't get soda in the house. My mom would drink ginger ale, which we only drank when we were sick. And my dad liked root beer, which as a little kid, I didn't really care for. I do like it now. And then we would only be allowed to get soda as a treat. Like if we were going out for McDonald's or something, we could get Sprite. But then Mountain Dew was only on vacation. So put this back in here. So we're looking for a 1025, which must be this. Yep. And then a 10 and 250, which is this. Okay. And then 1 and 50 will be for the neck board. And then this is 22 and 250, which is a spare one for C366, which could be two different values. And I had the less common kind, so I appreciate that. Peter from Arcade Parts Repair included both values in his cap kit. Very, very nice of him. Okay. Yeah, I think one of my kids was outside playing. I could hear them. And I heard them yelling at each other, but not too bad. Used to peel off the label and litter all over. My kids do that all the time, especially in the car, and I can't stand it. All right, C701 is over here. And that goes like this. Negative down. Double check the cap map for that. Yeah, negative down. And then it's 702 right there. Should get my headlamp on. There's some shadows. Okay. All right. Okay, those look all right. Check with the multimeter. Oh yeah, I used to love orange soda. Orange Crush, Orange Slice. That's like one of the reasons that I would like to get a roller games pinball machine one day, is I don't really care about the primary theme, but the secondary theme is late 80s, early 90s consumer advertising. And so it's got like ads for Game Pro and Thermos and is it Orange Slice, I think, and Mug Root Beer. That's really, and it's a fun game too. It's a fun playing game. Williams System 11. And I've seen a couple locally for a good price. The early run ones with the diamond plate, which is the only one you want to get. But I just haven't pulled the trigger. I'd have to probably sell some games. I do have some games for sale if people are interested. Probably the most interesting one is my Taito Superman in a Dynamo HS7, which is a rare cabinet. A rare cabinet. And I also have a Sly Spy for sale. That's in, you know, the equivalent of a Dynamo HS2, but I think it's technically a dedicated Sly Spy. I already sold the Class of 81. Are those the only games I have for sale? Oh, and I got games for trade or sale. I mean, I have and I know some people have been mentioning that they might be interested in them. In my second Outrun Mini project, my second Pac-Man Mini project. I think I'm going to get rid of my Golden Tee. I don't know. Maybe fix it and sell it. That one's good. And double check. That one's good. All right, so all the caps on the main chassis are done. And we can do the neck board, which is, oh wait. So this is not the neck board, right? Or is it? Let me read the instructions. Install capacitor in the same holds with the diode at D306. It's near test point 81. That's 82. That's 91. That's 31. Test point 81. So if your chassis doesn't have one, then don't install it there. So does this one not have it? So we're looking for D306. D306 is right there. Yeah, we don't have, see right here? We don't have a capacitor here at D306, so I'm not going to install one. So we'll mark that off. We'll cross these off. Yeah, if your version of chassis doesn't originally have a capacitor installed at D306, then don't install one there. So we won't. Okay. So let's do one more thing. Let's reflow the header pins. And I also need, I can do a temporary thing for that. I need to sort of reattach the DAG wire. I need to make a quick connect for that. But all right, I think we're back. I was just reading, chat. Venjax was asking how much I wanted for the Superman. I think I put a retail price of $11.99 on it at the Back to the Media Arcade in Winchester, but I can definitely work you out a deal for a channel member, of course, especially if you got something to trade towards it. That'd be awesome. And Brandon, yeah, if those games come back to me from being on loan at Back to the Media Arcade, I can definitely send them your way, but you're not going to want to. Maybe you have to play them as a punishment for me trading in my 10,000 Pepsi points. All right, we're back. Hopefully you guys can all see and hear me now. So all I'm going to do now is reflow the header pins. I already put flux on them. I'm going to add some fresh solder. Ooh, that one looks like it could be a little cracked. Come on. There we go. And when I reflow, I don't just add fresh solder. I add fresh solder and then remove the old solder. And the new solder helps the old solder flow better. And then I put all new solder on it. That is the way to do it, in my opinion. Okay. Oh, yep, I'm back. Okay, good. Thank you, Brandon, for confirming. I'm not a pro like you. When I usually live stream, I'm in the basement and on Ethernet, not on my phone on Wi-Fi. So apologies. I also alternate which pins I'm doing to avoid minimizing them all falling out. The individual ones, if they're really individually loaded, they could still fall out. So you always want to go to the top and double check that you haven't pushed any of them while removing the old solder. But if they're on sort of like retained in there in like a plastic strip, you don't want that whole plastic strip to fall out. So let's flip it over and make sure I haven't messed any of them up. Nope, and these are ones that are retained in their plastic housing, so they're not going to move on their own, which is always good. What are you soldering today, Brandon? What are you working on? Okay, and now we'll remove the alternating ones. Okay, almost there, almost there. Let's take a quick look. Looks pretty good. Grab the multimeter. Ooh, bug trap. Final one ever or final from this batch? Hopefully final from just this batch. Man, when I lost connection, I lost like 2/3 of my viewers. Man. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, just this batch. Good, 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 good. All All right. Kind of clean up this mess a little bit. I think we're ready to reconnect this thing. I'm going to turn off the soldering iron. Get it out of the way. Hopefully you didn't just see my rear end. I think I'm good. So cap kit is complete. Put that off to the side. And get all this out of the way. Our poor destroyed horizontal width coil. Okay, clean this up. All right. We're almost there. Almost there. Just cleaning up. Okay. Here's the remnants of the cap kit. Half of that just went all over the floor, so I'll have to vacuum it up. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Where is my screwdriver? Where did that go? Oh. I always put the screws back in that hold it in place, otherwise I will lose these things. Yeah, tic-tac-toe on the bench from everywhere that I've cut like plexi or whatever with. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna power it up with my truck, Sean. All right. Start making our connections with the yoke. All right. Okay. Let's see. We've got our gauze, which for some reason they separated the connectors here to flip them, but I don't think there's a polarity for the gauze circuit because it's just a loop. All right. And the neck. And the dag wire is kind of a train wreck. We're going to do that with a alligator clip. Okay. And our anode. I might reposition that at some point. Okay, let's see. What do you guys think? Do you want to see the chassis when it powers up in case everything goes up in smoke? Or do you want to see the tube when the image comes up? So we got our anode connected, our yoke connected, DAG connected, DeGauss connected, neck connected. We need power and video. Am I forgetting anything? You want to see the chassis. All right. So we got our TPG Crafty Mech test pattern generator. We'll get this connected. All right. There's that. Okay, we'll put that over here. And we need our power, which I put away. Grab that. Ty's not going to want to see this part. This is my homemade benchtop isolation transformer monitor power supply. And we can put the ground there, which drives Ty crazy. And it needs its wall power. All right, so if we go up in smoke, this is now going to be the time. Here we go, turning it on. Wish me luck. Oh, turn on the TPG. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We have HV. Nothing is smoking yet. And we have an image on the screen. Let me reposition the tripod. And this is going to be kind of tricky. Okay, I'm coming around. We are coming around. Look at that. It's a post-Christmas miracle. Hang on. We're getting there. Oops. Okay. Let's see. How does that look? Look at that. Let's check out the different patterns. All right. Bob with the Boss says, I think when you wired that portable transformer, it should go to the switch first, not the fuse. How is it? I've seen it both ways. I know what you're saying. I've seen it both ways. I forget why I decided to do it the way I did it. Yeah, monitor is contracted HV. No, I don't sell those in the merch store for liability reasons. Look at that. Okay. So yeah, I can make some fine-tune adjustments, but we're a little bit over 2 hours. Yeah, I know. You see that burn, right? That's why I would only use this with a Miss Pac-Man. That is some real burn right there. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. It's been 2 hours. Appreciate all the support. Everyone who watched, some of you watched the whole time. Exactly, yeah, with the smoke plexi. And it's the same game. If this was in like a Defender that has a black background, forget it, right? But I'll line up the image so that it sort of fits with the, the corresponding. And I think I might be able to see another burn in there. No, I think it's just different stages of the attraction. Like you can see the pretzel right there and the fruits. And it even says Ms. Pac-Man right there. So anyway, guys, yeah, I just have to line up all the dots. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Hey, Carrie Lakeman, thanks for watching. Thanks, Brandon. So yeah, guys, I have to even take this off now because this is no longer a 4-pot 4900 because we just recapped. Oops, I'll get it off later. because this is a 3-pot 4900. And yeah, you can swap the chassis between those tubes. Just different revisions of the 4900. So I guess, it doesn't say 4-pot anymore. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you all so very much for watching. All the channel members, all the new viewers, appreciate it. The new names, Arcade Fan 1980. A lot of you guys have been here the whole time. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties when my kids were using up all the Wi-Fi and we dropped the connection a few times. But yeah, we successfully recapped a Wells Gardner 19K4900. We also swapped the horizontal width coil because the one that was on this chassis was broken. So we pulled it off a donor board, a donor chassis. Thanks, Harold. Thanks, Billy Bob. So yeah, successful live stream. And this has been day 7 of the 12 Days of Arcademas. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, we've done a live stream. We did the unboxing. We did the Tetris finale. We've done some shorts, and there's more to come soon. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, this has been Overtime Arcade. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you next time.